Hello, welcome again to another video on understanding insurance claims. Today we're looking at your automobile policy and more specifically comprehensive coverage. Now, comprehensive is one of the physical damage coverages under your policy, but it differs from collision. To have comprehensive coverage, you must pay a premium because it does not come automatically with your automobile policy. And some people choose to have comprehensive coverage, some people choose not to have comprehensive coverage. So it just depends on what you want. Now the vehicle that's covered under comprehensive, if you choose that coverage, would be the vehicle that's described in the policy. But it may also include another vehicle which we call a non-owned vehicle. So your comprehensive coverage typically is a little broader than just covering the vehicle that is described in the policy. So if you have a question, be sure to ask your insurance agent because you know your driving habits and you know what vehicles you drive more than anyone else would. So anything that you think could present a problem, always discuss it with your insurance company prior to any accident. Typically, comprehensive coverage is going to cover things like hail, falling objects, theft, explosion, flood, vandalism, just breakage of glass, if you hit a bird or an animal, things of that nature. Excuse me, anything that would not come under collision is going to be comprehensive. One of the things that's listed in a lot of insurance policies is if a missile hits your vehicle and that is listed under comprehensive, then what is a missile? Well, a missile could be someone maybe just throwing a rock at you, or I had a gentleman the other day ask me, he said they were driving down the road and one of their rear tires separated. And some of the tire flew off and hit the quarter panel on their truck and did extensive damage to the quarter panel. And he asked me, would that be covered under his policy? Typically, those things are covered. Now, different insurance companies may look at it differently, but missiles is normally not identified or defined in your policy. So anything that's ambiguous, usually the courts are going to find that there would be coverage because the insurance company writes a policy, and so if they want to be very descriptive and very specific about what something is, they needed to put it in the policy. That's the way the courts normally feel. So if it's broad like that and not defined, usually the courts are going to find that coverage does apply. But again, policies differ, and some policies may be more descriptive and provide more definition as to what something like that means. One of the things we used to say, one of the examples when I was in the business that we would look at, if you were driving down the highway and a rock slide occurred and a rock rolled out into your path and you hit that rock, would that be comprehensive or collision? We always felt that if the rock had stopped rolling and you hit it, it would be collision. But if the rock was still moving, that would be comprehensive. And a lot of times that makes a difference because all deductibles are not the same. You may have a higher deductible for collision than you do for comprehensive. So those are some things that you need to look at, and you need to see, okay, what deductibles do I have? Ordinarily, whatever goes bad on your vehicle is not covered by comprehensive or collision. So if you have a battery that explodes and you get battery acid on your car and it does damage, normally your policy will pay for the other repairs to your vehicle from the battery acid, but it won't pay to replace your battery because your battery went bad just through wear and tear. It was not related to the comprehensive coverage. So the policy does not cover just normal defects and wear and tear and lack of maintenance of your vehicle. But your comprehensive coverage is those things that happen maybe as a result of a tire blowing, a battery exploding, or something of that nature. Usually and almost universally, there is no coverage for loss of value to your vehicle. Certainly if a tree falls on your vehicle, that's comprehensive coverage. But if your vehicle loses value because after repairs it's not worth as much as it was before, even though it's repaired, then people feel, okay, is there coverage for that? Well, no, there's not. There's no coverage for loss of value. The company only owes you to put back as closely as possible how your vehicle was prior to the loss, as far as the actual physical damage. Replacing fenders, maybe a roof, a hood, deck lid, whatever. They feel that if they put that back, that's all that they owe for, and the courts have normally found that that is correct. Now, if you have an accident with someone else and they're at fault and they pay you, you may have a claim for loss of value under their liability coverage, but you wouldn't under your comprehensive or collision. And the company is the one that decides whether or not a vehicle should be totaled. If a company feels that they can recover more, they'll pay you for the actual damage, but they may decide, okay, this would qualify as a total loss because I can get more for the salvage. I can get enough extra for the salvage to cause me to want to total your vehicle as opposed to just repair it. But that's a company decision. Usually the rule is if the repair cost plus the salvage value is greater than the value of the vehicle, the company will total the vehicle. But normally the insured will have the opportunity to purchase back that vehicle, the salvage part of that vehicle, at the high salvage bid. If they have some reason that they would want it, maybe there's sentimental reasons or whatever. So the company, you do have that option normally. But the company would be the one to make the decision as to whether or not it would be economically practical to repair your vehicle or to total it. But again, this is comprehensive coverage. It differs from collision coverage, and comprehensive will only involve your vehicle. There won't be, if there's another vehicle involved, there's going to be collision. It won't be comprehensive. And there won't be uninsured motorist coverage. It'll just be what happens to your vehicle. But again, you may, your driving habits and so forth may be greater than in other words, you may drive your vehicle 4 days a week, but you may drive someone else's vehicle 1 day a week to work or whatever. So you need to find out, is there coverage while I'm driving my son's vehicle or my neighbor's vehicle? So always, if there's any question at all, be sure to talk to your insurance company. And then it's up to you to decide if you want comprehensive coverage, collision coverage, both, or none. You don't have to have either one. You're required by law to carry liability insurance or else be financially responsible. But you're not required to carry physical damage to your vehicle unless you have a lien. If you have it financed, then your finance company will require that you carry physical damage coverage. And typically they're going to ask that you carry both collision and comprehensive because they want to be protected in the event of damage to your vehicle. Again, I ask you, if you like this video and want to see more, please hit the subscribe button, and I'll be bringing a lot more videos to you in the future. Again, thank you very much. Hope you have a wonderful day.